Hey besties, it's Rosie. Besties, today when I was pre-shuffling the cards, I was picking up on an energy of someone who has rounded a corner in their life, in their spiritual development. I'm getting this energy that someone is closing out a long-standing cycle in their life. In fact, this might be, for some of you, marking the point on the timeline where you have finally collapsed your karma. You might now be karma free. You might have no more karma to serve left in this lifetime. And bestie, if that is the case, congratulations. That is a very rare and remarkable achievement, and I am very proud of you. Bestie, my stomach is growling as I'm doing this reading. I don't know if you can hear that. So I'm getting the message from that you are hungry for more. Now that you have finally laid to rest whatever this long-standing, difficult, painful cycle was. And I'm seeing that on the other side of it, from this place right here, you are very determined to not only never go back, but to no longer entertain anything that even resembles that cycle. Anything that is bearing the remnants of that old cycle, you are no longer interested in participating in those dynamics. And bestie, that is valid AF. Spirit, what else do you have to say? Let's ask what you're hungry for, since my stomach is very boisterous about it. Ace of Cups, bestie. The Hermit, Eight of Cups. Bestie, I see the thing that you are most hungry for, and I'm sure this is on like a bodily level as much as it is on a soul level, is love. Is an outpouring of emotion that is given freely and not given as collateral for something. You know, maybe you have a history of very transactional relationships in your life where even if someone was giving you this cups energy, it came with a price tag attached. It came with an IOU that maybe you didn't agree to, but the giver of this energy thought that that was just simply part of the agreement. So bestie, let's see what's up ahead for you. Spirit. I'm hearing the word remarkable. So there might be something very remarkable about you, or there might just be something remarkable about your ability to harness this phoenix energy, where every time you have been kicked down, you have just gotten right back up. And I think that probably onlookers here on the earth plane and your spiritual guides as well are thinking that this is an incredibly remarkable trait, because whatever you were dealt was not an easy thing to get back up from. It was not an easy thing to overcome. Like you have been playing, I'm getting for some of you, you've been playing the simulation on hard level, if not expert. And the way that you have mastered and moved through that is truly remarkable. I'm seeing that there were a lot of odds stacked against you. There was a lot of opposition. There were a lot of people trying to come in and take this from you. There were a lot of people trying to kind of control the narrative when it came to your life and to your trajectory and the direction that you were going. And somehow, by some beautiful miracle, you were able, no, I don't even want to say it was a miracle, because that downplays your strength. You did this. It wasn't some outside intervening force, even though I'm sure that those were at play multiple times during this, but like you yourself did this. And that is freaking remarkable, bestie. Queen of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. I don't know if you can hear my stomach, but that's crazy. My stomach never growls like that, and I don't even feel hungry. Maybe that's how you feel too. Maybe you aren't even aware of how desperate your system is to experience this energy, having gone without it for so long. Bestie, I'm getting the message that even though you have exited this cycle, there are still going to be like death rattles of it lingering around you as you are stepping forward onto the new path. Because I'm getting the message that whatever it is you're stepping into right now is, it's kind of like a wild woods. Wherever you're going, not a lot of people have gone. There aren't a lot of people waiting there for you. And so there are going to be these kind of like clingers in the background of this old cycle, like wanting to go with you. And they might use the fact that like this path up ahead looks a little bit lonely. It looks a little bit unpredictable or just unknown. they might try to use that against you. So this energy that I'm highlighting for you right now, it could be weaponized against you if you are not aware of it. Because other people, even though you might not see how hungry you are for that energy, they might be able to sense that in you. You know, it might be like the chum in the water when it comes to this energy. And these people from this old cycle who don't necessarily, not even necessarily, they have no business going there. They have not earned the right to go where you are because they are still embroiled in their conflict. They are still very much a part of those old cycles. Those people, for their own good, for the greatest and highest good of all, need to stay in those cycles until they complete them, not ride your coattails to this new place where they have no business being. Because, bestie, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when you pull people along on your journey to places where they themselves have not gained the clearance to get there on their own, they're not going to be able to stay there very long. Unless you are constantly helping them, unless you are constantly given the answers to the tests, they are not going to be able to pass those courses. And that's not something that you want to not only take on for yourself, but also put another person through. Because anytime you've tried to like sneak anyone through to these levels where they're not supposed to be, eventually they will hit a wall that they are not able to surpass even with your help, and they're going to just kind of be ejected back down to wherever it is they are supposed to be. And that can be pretty jarring for everyone involved. So just keep that in mind. Oh boy. Bestie, you might feel like walking away from these connections, even though you know that they're not really like great ones, might feel so emotionally dysregulating to you that you worry that you're not really going to be able to make that call, because I think that there is like some fear in your system. Maybe not even fears. This is more like subconscious things coming up. This is more like fears coming to the surface because you're going to finally be receiving the thing that you have wanted to this entire time. But when it comes, there still might be these like little echoes in your body, like trauma responses in your body that are telling you that it's not safe to be here. And that could take the form of many different things. You know, that could be feeling undeserving. That could, you know, in extreme senses lead to like self-sabotage and stuff like that. I think Spirit is really trying to kind of highlight this energy to show you like a trap that you could fall into unless you know it's there. But bestie, I'm seeing that receiving this message, and maybe this is just confirmation for something you've already intuitively been feeling. A giant hawk just flew by as I was saying that. Five of Wands. I have to show you the Five of Wands in this deck. This is crazy. There are all these birds fighting over worms. So another bird just flew by. Oh my God, a third bird just flew by. And they're all flying in the same direction. So baby, maybe some of you are expecting. Maybe some of you will soon find out that you are expecting. And maybe some other people might be upset about that because they wish that they were having a baby, or they think that it should be them. But bestie, I'm seeing that even though there are people kind of like squabbling over this resource, this thing is coming to you. And the people that are fighting over it, I'm kind of getting this just like silly energy from them. Like I'm sure they think it's like really serious, but the fact that they're like squabbling over this or they're mad about it is just so ridiculous, because I don't think that anyone from a true place of understanding how things work could ever say that you weren't deserving of this. Like this is coming to you. It's coming to you from the universe because it is owed to you. You did the work. You got here. You did the thing. Like, why shouldn't you have it? If you did all of that to get here, if you upheld your end of the agreement, why are you not entitled to these things? I don't think anyone can answer that. I think that other people maybe just wish that you weren't because they want them. And these people, if they're willing to do the work, can have them too. They are also entitled to them if they do the work. So, bestie, try not to let these people get you down, okay? Because them watching you receive this thing, again, is like an important step in their journey. But also be mindful of who you're sharing your good news with, especially if it's something that hasn't quite landed, okay? My own personal experience is it's best to keep things close to your chest until they are a done deal, until they are signed, sealed, delivered, they are dropped onto the timeline, they are live in the shop. Like, you shouldn't be really talking about it to too many people because they can put their energy into it. They can meddle in it. They can change the trajectory. They can throw up obstacles that can delay things. And it's best to just nip that in the bud so no one can do that. So bestie, congratulations. Whatever shape this is taking for you, if you are having a baby, congratulations to the new mothers on the timeline. Ace of Pentacles to close out the reading. And I want to draw your attention to this little spider here. So bestie, whatever it is that you have been weaving, you've been doing a good job, and it's taking form in the physical world. And I, for one, am very excited to see the shape that it takes. I love you.